What's up, YouTube? Doing a preview video for the NFC Championship game. The Panthers, dabbing on them, versus Arizona Cardinals, resurgent in beastie mode. Larry Fitzgerald and Carson Palmer and company. Now, this game is honestly it's a close game to call. I'm doing this video right now, and I still am splitting hairs about who's going to win this game. I mean, it's going to be a real close game, in my personal opinion. Both teams have very good defenses. One team is more explosive offensively, that obviously being the Cardinals. But Cam, the MVP of the league, how can you go against him? You know, he's done so many he's had so many miraculous plays. Greg Olsen, who was very underrated as a tight end, I think, he's been doing dirt. Ted Ginn at times has done some serious dirt. Philly Brown had a good game against the Seahawks. It's just Jonathan Stewart. He's been a beast. It's just so hard to call, you know. Let's go to the keys of the game. First off, Cam Newton's going to have an MVP performance. He's going to have to make decisive throws, accurate throws, because one thing the Cardinals do is they do blitz a lot, and they do force you into making bad throws, and Cam Newton can't have multiple picks in this game. He has to be very diligent with the football. He has to run to keep the defense honest, because the Cardinals do like to blitz a lot. So one way you beat a blitz is obviously torching them by running the football, quarterback runs, that is. They have to have Jonathan Stewart. He has to have a good game, and I'm talking about 120 yards, maybe a touch if he can. Ted Ginn, he has to have a good game. He has to catch the ball. He can't have those easy drops. He's gonna have to make a lot of tough catches. Philly Brown's gonna have to do dirt, and Greg Olsen, he's just gonna have to have a Herculean effort attacking the middle of that defense. It's such a hard game to call. But I think mostly this game is on Cam's shoulders, as most games are. It's going to be on his shoulders. Now, conversely, with the Arizona Cardinals, offensive wise, the offensive line has to play well, because one thing that was noticeable against the Green Bay Packers is that the Arizona Cardinals offensive line kind of got manhandled for most of the game. Julius Peppers was able to get consistent pressure. Clay Matthews was able to get pressure. And Carson Palmer, just like most quarterbacks, does not do well with pressure, especially if it's up the middle where he can't step into his throws. And Carson Palmer had a bad game. He was saved a lot by Larry Fitzgerald on that last play. And actually, it was not just that last play. He was saved by Larry Fitzgerald taking over the second half. But when Carson Palmer gets a lot of pressure, he tends to make a lot of bad throws, and he is prone to have a lot of interceptions. So he can't have that kind of game, especially going against Josh Norman and company in that defensive backfield, that defensive backs. So offensive line has to play well. David Johnson has to be more explosive. He was kind of contained. He actually was mostly contained last game against the Packers. Larry Fitzgerald, he's probably going to get shadowed by Norman. So hopefully he can make those tough catches against Norman. But J.J. Nelson, he has to blow the top off that defense. John Brown, they have to blow the top off that defense. And Michael Floyd, he's really come on. He's had a good year, especially coming back from that broken hand that he suffered in the preseason. He's had a hell of a season, and he has to have another hell of a game against the Carolina Panthers. If he can do some serious dirt in the intermediate routes and the deep routes, because the one thing about the Arizona Cardinals, they have a lot of speed, and if they can spread out this defense to the Carolina Panthers, and the offensive line can protect them, this is going to be a feels day for Carson Palmer, because he can be surgical if he has a time. That's the one thing I would exploit if I'm the Carolina Panthers. If I have to get there with the with the front four. I don't know how that's going to be, especially with Jared Allen out. He's not out; he's doubtful as of now with a broken foot. But if he can't go, you might be able to sustain the pressure from the front four. But if you're the Panthers, blitz, 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 because if you can get to Carson Palmer, you can get turnovers, you can get a lot of sacks because he's not mobile. Even though he had that one great play in overtime. So if I'm the Panthers, blitz, blitz, blitz. But if you can have time, those three to four wide receivers can do some serious damage if given the time. So that's one huge thing. David Johnson has to be explosive. He has to have a good game, preferably around the 80 to 90 yards, because I believe Chris Johnson can't play until he's actually ineligible to play until the Super Bowl. So it's all on David Johnson's shoulders and Ellington to some degree. But that's who I would do. I would keep the defense honest by running the ball, because the Arizona Cardinals don't really run the ball a lot. But if you can keep the Panthers honest, that's huge, and that does wonders for your play action. For the Panthers, Jonathan Stewart, control the clock, have this be a slug out time of possession type game. Hit Greg Olsen down the seams, Philly Brown crossing routes. Ted Ginn blow the top off that defense and maybe have a couple of deep shots to keep the defense honest. And Cam Newton, you have to run the ball. On those third and ones, on those third and fives, run the ball, make them think about twice about blitzing you. So those are really the keys of the game. One thing that gives me pause or trepidation if it's a blowout, I just don't. The Panthers can't play as lax with the lead, because the last game against the Seahawks, that game shouldn't have been close. That game shouldn't have been remotely close. And the Giants, they were beating the Giants, and the Giants were able to come back at the end of the season. So you never feel comfortable if the Panthers are leading by a huge margin. So it plays in the favor of the Carolina Panthers if the game is close. If the game is a 14-point lead, then the Cardinals are in prime position because they have been explosive on offense. So that's one thing to think about too going into this game. Now, for the hard part, who do I think is going to win this game? I've gone against Cam too much this year, and I say that because I expected the Seahawks to win last game, and they didn't. And I'm happy that Cam Newton's doing dirt. I really am. I cheer for him because everyone just rags on him. But with that said, I'm still going to go against Cam, and I hate myself for going against Cam because he deserves to win a Super Bowl. And I hope he wins the Super Bowl. But somehow I just feel that the Cardinals are going to win this game. Larry Fitzgerald deserves one. Carson Palmer deserves to go to a Super Bowl. So I'm going to go with the explosive offense and the great defense. I'm going to go with the Arizona Cardinals. Can't believe I'm going against Cam again. I might pay for it too. Anyway, tell me what you guys think. Do you think the Panthers can just win this game outright? Do you think it's going to be a slugfest? Tell me what you guys think. Tell me who you think is going to win the game. And I hope for an entertaining game. I really am. I think it's going to be a real close game, actually. A closer game than the Patriots and Denver Broncos game. But that's what I'm picking. Arizona Cardinals in a tight matchup. So that's what I gotta say. Thanks for watching. Please leave comments, and please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Letteris Sports Show. I'll talk to you guys after the game with my instant reaction to both games. All right, holla at you all later. I'm out.